You already know. That line of the beat. A mí me gusta la mota, saca la bolsa. We're bringing up the bread and we smoking on some bomb ass weed. We smoking on some bomb ass weed.
Cheer. Salute. Orlando and worldwide. You are now tuned into another episode of 420 The Buzz. I am your favorite Puerto Rican, GQ the Embassy. Alongside my shooters, we got the Archbishop on location somewhere unknown on the planet. And we got Joey Lopez, who's celebrating his Yankees, waiting for hopefully the Mets to beat the Dodgers. Oh, we need that so bad. Not going to be easy. Today is my birthday, October 20th. It really is, man.
Oh, happy birthday, bro. You like what, 22?
I am. Absolutely. Yeah. I am 1 year. I've been drinking for 1 year legally.
With the multiplier.
Yeah. I'm 24 times 2.
With the multiplier.
There you go. Yep. There you go. That's how we're going to do it, man. So what's going on, people?
Dang. What's up, man?
Yeah, man. We
just excited about our podcast, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? Florida got clobbered, you know what I'm saying, with a 3, 2, and a 1 fucking category.
Yep. Dang, bro. It's like a countdown to destruction.
One on deck. One on deck.
And we got one on deck?
We got one on deck.
Yes.
Where the fuck?
One on deck.
So where's this shit at?
Same thing.
It's the Atlantic right now, right?
Those Mexicans. Mexico doesn't let up on us.
Oh, my Mexican brothers and sisters. They're making tamale hurricanes.
Woo. Oh, my gosh, bro.
It's a taco hurricane. They're all coming off out of the Gulf. Wink, wink. Yep. That's normal.
Yep.
Fucking crazy, man. Wow. Well, hopefully this shit just goes straight to Texas. Sorry, Texas. We're gonna one time that though. Sorry, Texas. Yeah, they're good. They're tough. They can handle it, man. If anybody can handle themselves, it's definitely Texas. You know what they say, right? Don't mess with Texas. That's their slogan. You know what I mean?
Hey, let it turn around. Let it turn around on them.
Shout out to my city, Houston. You know what I'm saying? That's my city right there. I'm a Mets fan, but go Stros. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Giants fan, but go Texans. It is what it is. I don't know about hockey. I don't want to get, the Archbishop.
No, don't get him started. Don't get him started.
Don't do that shit.
Yeah.
So, what we got?
Listen, I'm gonna remain calm.
Yeah.
You know why? Because my team, dude, for some reason, like we've played 5 games and we've won 1. So I'm not exactly sure, like where the humor is in that right now. Yeah. Like I know they're just kidding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they're just playing. They're just telling people, like, come on, man. I think they're kind of baiting the other teams, right?
I think so.
Losing to the easy teams so that when the hard teams come in, they have, like, this mentality, like, oh, they're losing to, like, the Mighty Ducks. You know what I'm saying? So then they come in, and then we bulldoze them.
Yeah.
And their mom.
Yeah, oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time.
Wow.
And then we become their stepdad.
Hey, just overnight.
Hey.
Overnight stepdad.
New set of chores.
Just like
that. Well, I hope that happens. You know what I'm saying? So, this last week, man, we covered a lot of the deltas, and then some. This week, I think we're gonna dissect a little bit deeper than that. Shit that so much shit I don't even know. But this week, we really gonna go into shit that I don't know. I am in deep waters. I do not know where the fuck I am at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So what we talking about this week, fellas?
All right.
What are we talking about this week? I'm gonna tell you what's hot off the press. What's the talking point for right now? Psychoactives, right? So, this plant is extremely diverse, but there's a large portion of it, right, that has created a massive culture that is based on a psychoactive, right? It's based on a psychoactive.
Yep.
And I say that psychoactives are a part of the current day American canon because there are some people that are going to be into a lot of trouble very soon, if not right now, based on the utilization of various versions of psychoactives, not necessarily plant-based, but various versions of psychoactives to get people to do what they want them to do, or to participate in things that they didn't know that they were participating in. And so there's a big vote down here right now in Florida to, and I forget what the amendment is. I think it's number 4. Or is it 3 or 4, Freddie?
That's a great question. I don't know. I'm more familiar
I
with
think
that.
it's 4 because I'm seeing a ton of signs for 4.
All I'm seeing is just the abortion amendment is what they're trying to. I think that's 4, right?
Yeah, that's 1, and I think that's the abortion 4. One is 3, and cannabis is 4. Either one of those. But
is it? Okay.
Yeah, the scare tactic in keeping cannabis out of our Floridian society is based on the scare of, and it's an age-old scare. It's psychoactive, right? Because who can predict the usability, the usage of psychoactives? Anyway, I wanted to jump into that and ask Jimmy, as far as the plant is concerned, what's the most extreme caution for a person and someone's considering their children or their loved ones utilizing cannabis, smoking weed? What is their biggest caution for psychoactivity? All right, is it merited? Is that fear factor merited, or is it not?
4 is the abortion one, just for the record. I'm looking up all the other ones though. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
4 is the abortion. So it's 3.
Yeah. 3? Okay.
So you mean
it's 3.
When you say extreme crushing, like define that just a little bit further.
What's that? For psychoactive? So
yeah. So, like when you say extreme crushing, you mean like what's the strongest one?
No. So and I'm specifically talking about weed, right? I'm specifically talking about plant-based weed, marijuana, cannabis, psychoactivity. All right. So what is the worst? What is the absolute worst that can happen to a person? Can someone think that they're dying? Can they fall into Can they fall into a wall?
Yeah. All right.
What is that?
Yeah. I get the question.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a condition, right? Because no one's going to die.
Correct.
I mean, you're not going to die from overdose of weed.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you can really get some concentrated stuff, man. You know what I saw? Jeremy and I were rolling around and we were at a vape shop, I think in Daytona Beach. It was either Daytona or somewhere in the vicinity. Maybe it was Flagler Beach. And the guy, we went into the vape shop just to kind of see what they were selling and talk to him about whatever. And I was like, wow, like 500 milligrams of gummy? I was like, dude, that's a pretty strong gummy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, are you worried about selling people a 500 milligram gummy? And he was like, nah, dude, some people just come in and take it to the head. So then I was like, well, what exactly is the 500 milligrams? Because just because it says 500 milligrams doesn't mean that it's 500 milligrams of THC,
no way.
Right? It could be 450 milligrams of CBD and 50 milligrams of THC. But no, dude, this stuff legit. Like legit, this was like 500 milligrams of like THC, like Delta 9 THC, well, Delta 8 THC, Delta 8, 9, we covered it in the last episode. Right. It's not going to matter. Right. Like, it's the same thing. But here's the thing. Like, if you were to eat that, for real, then you would probably experience maybe a 2-week bout of like psychosis where you would just be in constant panic mode, just tripping. Worse than that, not worse than that, but what else can happen is the condition that we spoke about last week as well, where you're just throwing up literally for like weeks on end. You're extremely dehydrated. You're in the hospital. You feel like you're going to die. It's the worst panic attack you think you could ever have in your entire life. And it's just not advisable at all. And the other thing that could happen, right, is when you start messing with Delta 9 and THCO, which, by the way, for anybody that's listening to this, the mixture of, so if you have some THCO, right, it's going to be pretty potent, and it's definitely psychoactive. And if you're smoking some weed, then it's going to be Delta 9, and again, it's very psychoactive. But if you mix, particularly THCO, if you mix that with actual like Delta 9, because understand, THCO just doesn't happen in the plant, right? THCO is a molecular structure that is created after reverse engineering, like CBD, for example.
Okay.
You can turn CBD into a lot of different cannabinoids, actually, right, with the right mixtures and the right chemistry. But there's something about THCO that if you do it by itself, fine. If you smoke weed by itself, fine. But when you mix the natural cannabinoid with the synthesized cannabinoid, even if the synthesized cannabinoid came from a natural cannabinoid, that'll send you to the loony bin, man. Like that's bad news bears. You cannot mix THCO and like Delta 9 flower THC. Like you just can't. Because if you do, like by themselves, they do pretty much the same thing. But if you think that mixing them is going to get you higher, well, then you don't know how good of a chemist that your body is, right? So what our body does is it takes different substances and combines them, usually in the process that happens in the liver, and it combines substances into one substance.
Okay.
For example, if you were to, which, you may or may not have ever in your life, went out to party and had some fucking good Peruvian flake cocaine, dude, and you were just in the bathroom, you were dancing, you're talking to these bitches, you're just like, what's up? By itself is perfectly fine. And then if you're having some drinks, perfectly fine. But when you mix cocaine and alcohol in your system, the body combines them and synthesizes them into, I think it is cocaethanol is the name. Don't quote me on that just yet, but I think it's cocaethanol, and it combines the alcohol and the cocaine into one particular molecule, pumps it through the body, and then all of a sudden your respiratory system falls off the face of the earth. And if you wake up the next day, like I'm sure many people have, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that at one point in time, I may or might not have had in my early 20s the opportunity to may or may not mix something like that together that are very fucking similar, and then I might have or might not have. And dude, this is like I'm like not 20 years old anymore, obviously. I mean, I know I look fine, you know what I'm saying? I know that like I'm looking good,
do,
Rico
you know
Suave.
what I'm saying? But that was a matter of luck and not because of tolerance. Because there are people that will mix those, and when the body takes those chemicals and produces a single chemical and then shoots it to the rest of your body, we just have to understand that our body is its own chemist. And it's very, very good at taking different compounds and combining them into one overall compound that has those effects. So when you take THCO and Delta 9, your body is combining them and creating an all new cannabinoid molecule.
Oh.
And when that hits your body, the only outcome is that you go crazy.
Wow.
You're talking psychosis.
Okay.
You're talking super paranoia. Forget the throwing up. Like that's an overdose of marijuana.
You turning into what's the name from Friday?
Freddy Krueger.
Yes.
Freddy Krueger.
That's crazy. Nah. You talk about Smokey from Friday.
From Friday.
Yeah, he with the pigeons.
Straight up. Even worse. Even worse, because Friday was a comedy. But when this happens to you in real life, you're not going to fucking laugh.
I mean, everyone else around you may laugh. It's, Smokey wasn't laughing. But everybody was tripping, though. Wow.
Straight tripping.
So on that, Jimmy, if I can ask a question on behalf of any novice listeners, what do you stay away from, right? If you're a heady type, if you're someone who's very much affected by psychoactives, if you're heady, right, and you're uncomfortable with psychoactives, what do you stay away from? Let's say you're a shopper, right? Whether it be a dispensary or a smoke shop, what are you staying away from?
Stay away from anything that indicates that your product is more than 100 milligrams a unit.
Okay. Great advice. So
if you do, don't eat more than one.
So somebody goes to a smoke shop, to a bodega, and they see a container, right, a pack that says, these are gummies, and it says 50,000 milligrams. You just straight staying away from any of that, right?
Well, you know what? The thing is on the packaging, when it says, say, 50,000 milligrams, that's usually the total amount that is contained in the entire
Yeah.
package. Like if you have 10 and 10 says 2,000 milligrams, right? It doesn't mean 2,000 milligrams like per gummy. It means that there's 10 gummies and there's 2,000 milligrams. So that means each gummy is 200
Yeah.
milligrams. Still way more than what you need, man.
Please.
Like, why?
For what? Yeah.
Why? For what? I mean, do you really just plan on sitting around and being paranoid? Like, hey, what do you want to do tonight? Man, I thought we could go play some pool, get some bitches. Oh, yeah? No, what do you want to do? That doesn't sound good, man. What do you want to do? You know what? I thought we would overdose on THC and just get paranoid and anxious and maybe experience some psychosis. Bro, I was thinking that same shit. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Does that sound like a good time?
Am I the only one that thinks it is a good time? I'm like, yo, let's do that and then watch like a scary movie. That shit will really be crazy.
No, what you do is you do that and then you watch the movie Scary Movie because that shit is hilarious when you're high, bro.
See, there you go.
Oh, no, for real, dude. I was flooded out in my house in Colorado Springs back in the day.
Yeah.
And my insurance company put me up in a hotel, and the hotel had pay-per-view, right? The Doubletree, I think it was. And so I'm upstairs after I smoked a fat blunt downstairs.
Yeah.
Watched that movie. It was so funny, dude, that when my house was back in order, I went home and watched the movie again, not high.
Yeah.
And I was like, this movie isn't funny at all.
Yeah,
and so I was like, is it only funny when I'm high? And so I got high and watched it again. Fucking hilarious, dude. And so, yeah, scary movie, dude. Watch scary movie after you're high. Don't watch a scary movie after you. Yeah, you go ahead and eat 200 milligrams of THC and watch a scary movie, bro. Ain't gonna be a good time.
So I did pull up the Amendment 3. So you got like this is how they unpackaged it, right? So it says yes on 3, and it says clearing the air on Amendment 3, right? Now, mind you, clearing the air on Amendment 3. Trust me, it's very cliche. So it says Florida holds a strong commitment to law and order. Unlike other states and have legalized recreational marijuana for adults, Florida's Amendment 3 has guardrails to ensure 1. Public spaces will remain smoke-free with the same restrictions as tobacco. 2. There will be laws to enforce against smoking in undesignated areas. And 3, legalization will allow, quote, no smoking, unquote, rules to be established and enforced. Honestly, I'm with it. It doesn't bother me not one bit.
I mean, you know what? Absolutely not. Because you know why? Because as long as you don't break those rules, you can smoke weed and not go to jail. You can possess weed and not go to jail.
Yeah.
You could probably sell some weed and not go to jail. I don't really know that part of it, but you know what I'm saying? Like maybe. But that gives you the opportunity to open up a business.
Right.
And that gives you an opportunity to do what it is that you've been doing for a long time on the DL, bro, and be able to come up with it and be legit.
Yeah.
That's
I want every part of that. So it looks pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. It looks pretty not bad at all. I mean, just so I can give a couple other people out there, just know this shit, right? This passes, they got these things in place. Just know, like, don't be smoking and driving at the same time. Don't be smoking and then driving. You know what I'm saying? Because you're causing a lot of backlash to come down on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because they're allowing,
and the law.
That's what I'm saying. Backlash, meaning AKA the law, to come down on you, and they're gonna come down on you pretty fucking heavy to prove points.
Not only that, but they're gonna go and amend the current law, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if you see a change in the law, and then all of a sudden there's a spike in crime, based on what is defined as a crime with that law, then dude, they're gonna make it worse. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make penalties stiffer. They're going to make more laws that's going to make the current laws that are in place disappear with a whole new set of rules and regulations. This is where we just need to be like, you know what, Uncle Sam? Thanks. And then go about our shit. We don't need to say anything. We don't need to rub it in. We don't need to blow it up. I mean, we don't need to like smoke on the steps of the Capitol building. Like, what's up, motherfucking little bitch? Because that is not the image. That is not the image that's going to keep this going in our favor, right? All that's going to do is trigger more laws in their favor. And what I mean by that is fines, imprisonment, and again, Prohibition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got out of that shit. We got to keep this going, dude. We're on the right path. We do not want to rub it in. We do not want to make a point. We do not. There's a lot of people that work really, really hard to get us to this point, and all of their work will be in vain if we take this and we use this to their advantage. Don't use this to their advantage. Let's use this to our advantage.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, or those that are listening to this, just look up Yes on 3. It'll pop up, and then you scroll and you can sign up, and
Vote.
that's it, man. Exactly.
But
This is worth
like,
voting more than the presidency.
yeah.
I know, dude. As a matter of fact, the presidency is really the only election where your vote really doesn't matter. You know what I'm
There
saying?
you
Like
go.
this type of stuff, like
This
local
actually
stuff.
fucking matters.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
Sorry, dog. I'm sorry, dude. I know. My bad, kind of, but not really. I mean, it's somebody's bad. I'm just repeating what it is that is obvious.
No,
But whatever, dude. But the local shit,
more
like
significant.
that does matter,
Yeah,
dude.
it
The
is more
local stuff
significant.
does matter.
Yeah, it is much more significant.
Yeah.
Specific to you and yours, it's much more significant. But at the same time,
Way more.
and let me elaborate off of what Jimmy just said. Ignorance is extremely costly, not only directly but indirectly, and ignorance it affects everyone. And so,
I'll be right back. Hang on.
You
be
good.
smart, embrace it, and make us a better people. Don't let this become a slippery slope, because everything can become a slippery slope. Every time there's an amendment, you got to watch out. What's that amendment opening the door to? And like you guys were just saying, it does open the door to further policing power, and cops and whatnot, they get theirs. And shout out to the cops. God bless you. I don't want anything to do with you, and you don't want anything to do with me. You got bigger and better things to do. Let me stay out of your way, and let me do my things in accordance with privacy and in accordance with respect to others. And we don't have to cross paths at all. We don't. So you got better things to be doing than checking on me.
Major facts.
Yep.
Major facts. So we definitely. When is the election for this, man?
Starts tomorrow.
Was it like the 8th or something?
No
fucking
tomorrow.
way.
Early voting.
Early election.
Early voting starts tomorrow in Florida. Tomorrow, the 21st.
Well, just go there and do it.
Fuck. Well, here's the thing, though. So, and how long is the election for? Like, is it a week? Is it less than a week? Like, what?
I think it's the 5th.
No, it goes all the way to the 5th. All the way to the 5th.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on a second, real quick.
But if you want, depending on what state you're listening from, if you want yours to count, you better get out early, because who the hell knows what's in store? Who the hell knows?
Right.
Get out early.
I was gonna make sure that this episode gets out in time to stress that. So it will. Today's the 20th. We're fine. So okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. That's fucking great. Excellent.
Get out early. Get out early.
So what else do we have here? Let me look up on if there's anything else you guys got on your plate that you wanna. I see the amendments.
Jimmy, how did you feel about coming to Florida as far as the market here, and how did you feel about the retail spaces here from in comparison to Colorado, Oklahoma, those areas that are open air?
I think I love it.
Okay.
I see so much potential right now, dude. Like Florida, listen, man, here we have the opportunity to just, I mean, we're seriously in such a good position because we're at ground zero. We have plenty of retail spaces. Not only that, but they're in really great locations, and the population is spread out so much so that there's not any one business that's going to fail unless they just don't do what they need to do.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as long as they do what they need to do, then I mean, the opportunities are endless. I think that the varieties are good. I think the people are good, man. Like they know what's up, and I love it. In comparison to Colorado or Oklahoma or Washington, Oregon, California, any place that I've seen, Missouri, any place I've seen that has any type of marijuana legislation, whether it's recreational or medicinal, Like it's very similar.
Okay.
Like, I mean, we're a country that's based on capitalism, man. There's open spaces, there are great spaces, there's great businesses around them. I know that you want to avoid opening a business around schools, churches, stuff like that. But that's going to be typical to any
Of
state.
course.
Right.
And so I think that it's good. I love Florida, dude. And I just think that Florida's going to do exceptionally well because Florida's coming in on the tail end of what, 33 other states or
Yeah.
whatever the number is
32.
that have had trial and error
Mhm.
going back to, the late 1990s, the early 2000s, like what Colorado and Washington legalized their shit in November 3rd of 2005. California had it in place for all up to that. The floodgates open. I think Oklahoma was like number 29. You know what I'm saying? And now Florida's coming in on that. And so you can look at other states and see what's worked for them and what hasn't worked for them. And so now, whereas the other businesses where there wasn't this type of data before, these guys have blazed a path literally into battle for Florida to just follow up on and make sure that the legislation is just not going to experience some of the same downers that the other ones have. I mean, we're going to have up, up, and up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be good for everybody. It's going to be good for the state economy. It's going to be good for tourism. It's going to be good for the restaurants for sure. Because, dog, you get the munchies,
For
bro.
real,
And
bro.
we got
Yeah.
that Cuban food out here, dude. The red beans and rice. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
got Cuban, Puerto
know,
Rican, you know what I'm saying? You
shout
got
out
a
to
lot.
Rocco's Tacos. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like, it's so it's going to be good for the restaurant business. It's going to be good for everything down there, man. And being able to write legislation and create laws that really work for the people and the economy, I think Florida's going to do great. I
Yeah.
know Florida's going to do great.
Yeah.
Hell of
It's already a heavy tourist
hell of a
destination.
customer
So,
base.
Facts.
Consumer base. Hell of a consumer here. Hell
oh
of a consumer.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Extremely
Oh, yeah.
And
diverse.
there's money in Florida, dude. So people that want to step out and open up a business there are going to do exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Unless they suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're
Yeah.
just not going to build it and they will come. I mean, you actually have to talk to people. You actually have to know your product. You got to know your cannabinoids. You got to know your terpenes. And that's why you know that every Saturday at 8 o'clock, you got to tune into this
That's right.
channel right here
Damn.
so that you can get this
nabbit.
kind of knowledge and apply it to your everyday,
To all Florida
yeah, man, to
growers,
your everyday
man.
everything.
Florida growers, yo, this, Florida could be like a super, super hub for everything OG.
Oh, absolutely. Not only that, man, but I've got genetics in Oklahoma
Yeah.
that we could do tissue culture clones and get them to Florida. Guaranteed bug and disease free, man. Like, we can help launch Florida on a platform that's next level, cost effective, and bomb ass genetics for your end user, man. That's going to help them, whether it's recreationally being used or whether it's medicinally being used. Like the types of stuff that Florida's going to be able to take advantage of. You guys, it's just going to boom here, man.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And then you mix
We got
in
no
with
lack
the
of
you mix in
right?
like yeah. Oh my god. Then you mix in all the chefs with the cuisine. Who's going to be cooking with this stuff? Is going to be infusing it. It's going to be out of control, man.
Oh, dude, do you know you're going to be able to go down to your local Puff Puff pastry, dude? Pick yourself up a fucking cannoli, dude. A cannabis cannoli.
Cannoli.
I did not just say that, dude.
Right
Puff
here.
Puff pastry. Remember that shit. Puff Puff pastry. Whoever's thinking about Puff Puff pastry, you owe me 3%, bro.
That's it.
Or lady.
That's right.
Like, I'm not saying. Think about, have you ever seen those like get-togethers where you go with like a significant other or maybe like a chick friend or whatever, and you go and it's like $100 and then you get to drink wine and paint like a picture of a peacock, right?
Oh, yeah,
And then you have
yes.
somebody up there painting the peacock and
Yeah.
you're like, now you take your brush and you make a happy little gobbler right here. It's just a happy gobbler. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Well, now you can do, instead of drinking wine, you could do like Puff Puff paint.
So here's
Where you can come in,
hold
smoke
on,
some weed, paint a fucking peacock.
Here's the thing, though. I actually know someone that does have that as a business.
Yeah.
Where they smoke weed?
Where they can smoke and then you paint. You do the same shit. Everything you just described, it's already there. Absolutely.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
Now it's going to be owned by General Mills and the Kellogg Company. So.
Yo, seriously.
Right.
But I mean, hey, it's still a great product as well. Speaking of great products, our listeners, viewers, and supporters, they definitely need to go to votehealthus.com. and get some amazing products. Make sure you sign up too. Get your name and your email and all that good stuff so that you can save 25% off on your next order. Make sure you go to volthealthus.com. Why? Because 420
Thanks,
The Buzz
man.
said so. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Thanks for that plug, Cube. I appreciate it.
That's how we do it, man. We're gonna have a better spot for that as well. You know what I'm saying? I get my commercial voice going and all that good stuff. And I'll say
you got a radio voice, bro.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Freddie,
I'll get some.
Like you look radio. You sound radio.
Yeah.
Joey looks radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I almost
Jimmy-
feel out of place
and
if I wasn't so
No.
fucking off.
You
Jimmy
got
is
your whole aura is radio. What are you talking about? Your
Come on,
aura is
Archbishop.
radio, bro.
The Archbishop.
Yeah, you're dead ass. Yeah, dead ass, bro. Come on, stop. You are the battery of radio, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's why we're the trio. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Jimmy.
We just bring it together.
Come on, Jimmy.
100%, man. 100%. So let me get back into so I know Joey, you go to another source. I tend to use a lot of marijuana moment.net. It's actually a good spot as well. So a day ago they reported that legalizing marijuana does not jeopardize mental health. Studies show. I could have fucking answered that a long time ago. The only way it does affect it affects it in a better way. But however, I mean, that shit that you just said earlier with the THCO, that's probably where it'll be muy no bueno. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we need to educate, bro. This is why education is so important. If somebody goes out and they think that there's just no limit to how high they can be, that's true. There really is no limit to how high you can be, but there's a limit to how high you want to be. And this is that area right there. That is not a gray area, man. That is very well defined. And unfortunately, there are people that had to learn the hard way. And I don't want them to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like they definitely don't want to learn the hard way. You know, and who suffers the most, honestly? Who suffers the most are kids that are in that phase of life where they want to experiment. Right?
Yeah.
Like when the trio was younger, you know what I'm saying? We want to experiment. You know what I'm saying? We had like 13, maybe 17%. This is the weed our granddaddy's smoking shit. You know what I'm saying? But today, marijuana has been weaponized, not necessarily for the purpose of skyrocketing your mood, but because the stronger the cannabinoid profile, the more you're able to yield when you're processing. So if you have a 14% flower and you're doing CHO, BHO, PHO, whatever, or CO2, and you are processing, you'll need about 20 pounds of biomass to get 1 liter at 14%. Right. So if you can get 1 liter out of 10 pounds by doing 32% THC, right, or 35% or 38%, now all of a sudden you have a killer flower product, first of all, that you're going to be able to sell. But for the biomass that's left over, the trim and the like small nugs and all that, like you're going to be able to yield way more distillate, which then goes into make gummies, goes into make carts, that goes to make moon rocks, that goes into make, THCA pre-rolls. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to get a better yield. I can't say it another time because I've already said it like 10 times. But this is not the age. This is not the age. With that being said, this is where you get 1,000 milligram gummies, right? Because if you have some really good shit, meaning the distillate out of what you process, and it's say 90%, that means that you're getting 900,000 milligrams per liter. So that means that you could make at 50 milligrams, you're making about 30,000 or so gummies out of that. And I'm just doing quick numbers real quick. But that means that out of the 900,000 total, and there's 1,000 grams of product in a liter or a kilo, right? There's 1,000 grams. That means that if you take one of those grams and you weigh that out into a 3.5 milligram gummy, that's a 1,000 milligram gummy, basically. 1,000 milligram gummy. That means that you can make 1,000 gummies out of that liter. No, dude, that is the wrong answer. Like, there's not a limit to how high you can get, but there's a limit to how high you want to get. And so, from the experimentation perspective, this is not when we were kids smoking weed for the first time. This is a high school kid who's 16 years old, 15 years old, 17 years old, 18 years old that's getting a 200 milligram THC gummy for the first time in their life.
That shit is a roller coaster ride for real.
Fucking right it is, dude. For the first time ever, you do not want 200. Dude, you'll never smoke weed for the rest of your life. They're going to eat that shit, and they're going to be like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You don't even need the fentanyl mixed in on the street at that point. The 200 milligrams of THC will be just fine.
Yeah.
To turn someone off.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yo, let me tell you, I've had friends that don't smoke because they said, nah, dude, I smoked and it was just, I got way too high and I thought I was going to die. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you wasn't going to die, but I hear you though, bro.
And they smoked?
Yeah. Yeah. This is back in the day shit. Because sometimes, bro, you would get too high. There was, bro, I've had it happen where I'm like, dude, I am fucking way too high, bro. Like, this shit's starting to hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not good. And just have to fucking ease up. Like, the bud be just so fucking fire that it's just like, holy fuck, I had to take it easy on that shit. And that's what would happen to some people, but they just didn't have the capacity to say, okay, let me talk myself down. I know what's going on. Yeah. They really thinking like, fuck, this shit's laced. I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I should never fucking smoke this shit. I don't know what I got. And you know, and I can understand their fear. However, I wasn't cut off that cloth right there. Same cloth that they were. I just said, let me just relax. I would drink milk, like I told you before.
But Freddie,
and just chill out.
What you're saying exactly, Freddie, and you know, elaborating on that, it's not a one size fits all, right? It's not. This plant product is not a one size fits all, and so, you know, if you are in a social circle,
correct,
you are in a social circle, man, keep that bullshit peer pressure in check. No, be big enough to be like, hey, I just took a sip off it, you know, I just took a small hit, un pasadito, I'm good, right? And let somebody else finish it off. If you're good, you're good. You know, there's no reason because it is not a one size fits all. It's not. Some people have a
I would clip that shit. I'd be like, fuck, I'm way too high. Let me clip it. I'm good. This is where I'm at right now. I'll come back to this later when I've mellowed, when I've come down and I need to smoke again. Cool, no problem.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes people be like, oh, I want to get the strongest bud, right? Oh, what's got the highest THC? Fucking 30, 40 fucking percent, whatever the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And then they want to fucking put a whole gram in some shit to smoke the whole fucking thing from beginning to end. I'm like, bro, you gonna overkill your shit, bro. Like, you're not gonna have a good time, bro. Yeah, it's not a good time.
No, dude, first of all, you don't have a better time based on how high you are.
Facts.
Right? So that's the first like hurdle that a brother's got to overcome, dude. Like, you got to realize the higher you get, the less of a good time you have. Unless you want to be so disconnected from reality that you just don't give a fuck.
You just want to be a vegetable.
Like, my life sucks so bad that all I want to do is get high. Well, that's the wrong answer anday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the person that you want to be. And if that is the person that you are, then
we
fucking go do something. You know what I'm saying? Fix it.
You need counseling first, then you can enjoy your fucking bud. Yeah. I got the young folks that I'm telling you, bro. They feel like they got to roll a whole backwood, bro, like a gram and a half, because they see their favorite rapper, smoking a fucking. It looks like a full size cigar, but it's completely weed. I'm like, bro, trust me when I tell you, dude, that shit ain't the ride you want to get on, bro.
Nope.
Like, just smoke. Honestly, bro, let me be. I would roll like a half a gram. I'd roll like a half a gram in my Dutch, you know what I'm saying, and relax and chill. I don't like to over grind my shit, which I don't grind it anyway. I just break it with fingers. I'm old school. I need to feel the fingertips breaking the buds, get some good airflow in there. You know what I'm saying? Not too loose, definitely not fucking too tight. And I fucking, I would smoke a fucking blunt no bigger than my fucking pinky. You know what I'm saying? And be chill.
Chill. That's the point.
Yeah.
The point is to just chill.
Yep.
Facts.
Elevate your mood a little bit. Relax. Chill.
Absolutely. Yep.
But remember,
good movie, good food.
It's easier said.
Yeah, man.
It's easier in concept than it is in theory than it is in practice. So remember, guys, we are an extreme culture. Americans, we are
Yeah.
an extreme culture. It does not translate to Europe. It does not translate to other countries, other societies. I remember first going over to Spain and going to a bar, and they're drinking what's called tubos, which are, a tube, right? A little tube of beer.
Mm-hmm.
And my father and I was young, and when my father and I got there, and we were like, "The hell is this?" And they looked at us like, "Well, that's a beer." And we said, "Well, what else do you have?" So they have a tubo, they have a caña, and they have a jarra. A jarra is a mug, and we said, "Give us one of those." And they were like, "Well, that's for a table." No, give us a jarra. And so we're sitting there drinking mugs, and everybody's looking at us, but it's what we know. I mean, we're American. That's our culture, right? That translates to freaking everything that we have. We go to the extreme
meal portions, everything.
We go to the extreme about everything. Golden Corral does not exist in Paris, France. Trust me, it doesn't. Right?
It does not. No.
We go.
Yeah, but to be fair, Joey, they eat snails.
True. And
so how many snails to one steak do you need?
Snails are great in tacos, by the way. So.
Actually, they are really good, man. I'm not dogging on the French got that going on, dude.
Like, escargot. That's what we talk about. I can't say.
Yeah, we're talking about escargot.
I'm not cultured in escargot, man. I'm so sorry.
It's actually really good, bro. They serve it here in the United States at like some really good steakhouses.
Yeah.
They'll serve escargot. They give it to you. They're in like a little tray with like their little shell like holes, and you dig all up in their shell and shit, and you pull out their little slug ass body.
Holy
you know what
shit.
I'm saying? But it's usually like in a garlic butter. Like Joey's right, dude. They are really good, dude. Shockingly good because it's a snail. And you know what else snails are good for? That I've been playing with some of our facial products, and this is going to sound disgusting because it fucking is. But the Koreans, right? But the Koreans got this shit, and it's called snail. It's called Munson, right? Muncin. And you're like, I wonder if I could get some shit with some Munson in it. Let me tell you what the fuck Munson is, dude. Munson is that trail that the snail leaves behind it.
Holy fuck.
But dog, it's really, really good for like anti-aging, bro. So the Koreans figured this out. Now, granted, the Koreans have figured out some fucked up shit over the years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I mean South Korea, not North Korea, because they don't feed their people in North Korea, so they'll probably die to eat a snail. They'll probably die when they eat a snail of overeating. You know what I'm saying? So,
holy fuck.
No, I'm not playing, dude. Like the snail Munson, like I've been like putting some of that in there, and someone told me about it. I'm like, so let me get this straight. You're smearing snail slime on your face and you like it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sick bitch. But you know what? Truth is, dude, like the Munson is like a big deal, dude. Like the snail actually has some really great benefits. And it just goes to show you that the little things in life that you think are just little things in life, like some of them, like even the most disgusting of stuff, like has a benefit because that's how God works, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything has a benefit.
Right. That's right.
That is outstanding. That is fucking outstanding.
Yeah. So
Munson.
Back to the moral of the story. Just just know yourself. Do you? But know yourself. There's no crime and there's no harm in bowing out if you've had enough, man. None. To the youngins,
and there's no crime in not even going there either. You're right, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to know your shit, man. You gotta know your shit. You gotta fucking know your shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's just
know your shit.
That's one thing we've advocated for in a few of these episodes where it's like, yo, bro, like smoke a small one in the beginning, unless you already know your strain and whatever the fuck. But don't get crazy, man. Because I've been caught out there myself where I'm like, especially if you haven't done it for a while. Like I've been caught out there where I'm like, yeah, fuck it, it's been a few months, yada yada yada. And then I fucking go to my boy, yo, what you got? Oh, I got this shit. Ooh, let me smell it. Oh, that shit smell crazy, right? And then you fucking pull over to the side, rolling up, and I don't suggest anybody do this shit. This is my own account that I'm talking about.
Yep.
Pull over, roll one up, fucking got a nice fatty, like I'm home. You know what I'm saying? No, here I am. I still got an hour and a half fucking drive till I get to my house. I'm fucking rolling the fattest shit. I'm driving. I'm not even halfway home. And I'm like, holy fuck. All right.
Damn.
concentrate on the lines, concentrate on everything, bro, because you are fucked up. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
then you
saying?
look down, you're going like 10 miles an hour to 65.
All type of shit, bro. Like I'm like, fuck, I'm swerving a little bit more than I need to be swerving. I'm like, yo, come on, get that shit
Or
together. Like I'm trying to drive straight, but I got the fucking steering wheel going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left,
yeah, you
right.
swear you're
Yeah,
swerving.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, dog,
Swerving at
nah,
65, dude. Like you're
yeah,
swerving you're doing 10 miles an hour in a 65 and you're worried about swerving.
yo, dead ass, bro, dead
Everybody
ass, bro. I
does
get to my house, I'm like, I'm about to say, I'm worried about more than I'm just worried about everything in life. Yo, I'm even calling my boy up, like, bro, I'm trying to get home. This shit got me crawling, and I'm in a car, bro. Like, what the fuck? And like, oh shit, yeah, I would have told you. Man, you should have fucking told me, motherfucker. But I get home and I'm like, oh, I fucking made it. Take a shower, and then I'm like, all right, good. Now I can roll another one up. And I'm like,
that.
I just fucking you know what I'm saying? Like I just fucking did everything in my power to get home because it was the biggest challenge in the world. But now I'm home, so now it's a whole other mind state. I'm home. Fuck it. I'm getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Oh,
me.
no.
But if I know that, let's say if I'm gonna go out, I'm not gonna get like that. You know, the next day if I'm gonna go out with some friends, I'm be like, all right, let me smoke a blunt. When I wake up, do the whole wake and bake shit, so that by the time if I gotta be at lunchtime, I can see where I'm at that point. Maybe I'll smoke half of one, clip it, and you know what I mean, that type of shit. But just know your shit. But definitely know now that what is it, THCO, and what else do you not want to mix?
Okay. Well, you don't want to really mix a lot of anything. Like
Uh huh.
CBD mixing with CBG, cool. THC mixed with CBD, cool.
Now I got a
THC mixed
story. It
with
wasn't cool.
CBG, cool. But what's not cool is when you mix THCO and any type of natural Delta 9. Like
Yep.
if it's a plant and you got some THCO, which by the way is only really going to come like in a distillate or in an isolate. Like it'll either
THCO,
be a
right?
yeah, THCO, dude. Like, I
Okay.
promise you, there are probably states out there right now where their medical departments and shit are just wondering, like, what did this person really smoke, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're probably tripping. But I tell you
Yeah.
what, dude, if it's not something crazy street drug mixed in with your weed and it's
Yeah.
just THC, when they say THCO, like, if you go out and listen, I've seen this with my own two eyes. You like walk into a dispensary or to a vape shop or a bodega, and you walk in and you see like a little packet of gummies, and it's like this is what it has in it. It's like CBD, Delta 9, THCO. If you see those together,
Run, don't.
do not buy it, man. And if you're out there
Wow.
manufacturing and selling it, shame on you, dude, for what you're doing to people, dude. It's not worth the money. You can get some THCP. THCP is 30 times stronger than Delta 9. If you have a 30 milligram gummy, right? And you have like a 30 milligram Delta 9 gummy specifically,
Yeah.
and you have a 1 milligram THCP gummy, it's going to do the exact same thing to you because THCP is 30 times stronger than Delta 9. And so if you think it's cool that you have a 10 milligram THCP, just remember that that's actually a lot, a whole
Wow.
lot, way more than what you need. That's like 300 milligrams of Delta 9 THC.
Wow.
A
Wow,
10
bro.
milligram THCP gummy. It's no joke, dude. Like that shit'll fuck you up.
And
And you
Jimmy,
don't need to be doing that
and
much of that either.
Jimmy, in the marketplace, people should be aware of these things. What in gummies and in tinctures and stuff like that, or where in what
And
products
gummy
should they be aware?
tinctures, vapes.
Okay.
You have any idea, dude? Like if I went and bought a vape, let's say it was a 1 gram disposable of Delta 9, and let's say it was a really, really good Delta 9. Let's say that the distillate was 90%. That means that in my cart, I have, like in my cart, my disposable cart, that means it has 900 milligrams of THC. If you have THCP in a cart, first of all, you got to be balling because that cart is going to be the most expensive cart you ever bought in your entire life. Like you're talking that one cart
Hmm.
because it's stronger than Delta 9. So that means you need to use less, which means that it's going to cost more. So, like, whereas a gram of, well, I'm not even going to go into the pricing because I'm going to blow somebody's business up. But all I'm
Right.
saying is this: like THCP, like if you have a entire cart and all that's in it is THCP and nothing else, dude, one hit from that, oh my gosh, dude, psychosis.
Whoa,
You're throwing up. You're going to the hospital. You're becoming dehydrated, and you're going to wish. You're going to wish for death, and it will flee from you.
damn. Damn, Jimmy. All right. I was trying to warn people, not scare the out of them.
I mean, sometimes that's what
I
they
want to
need.
scare the shit out of them as the warning.
Okay.
Wow.
Fair.
That's what's up.
That's fair.
Hey, it is what it is.
Because you can buy a pack of cigarettes and on side of the pack of cigarettes it says smoking causes lung cancer. Okay,
Right.
well you just warned that person. And then they go and they buy the pack and then they smoke it and then 20 years later they have lung cancer and then they say, "We told you so." But if they
Right.
were like, "You know what? Go ahead and buy that pack of cigarettes." You know what I'm saying? Because every time you take one drag of that cigarette, there's 142 chances that you're going to get cancer today. Because out of the 7,000 chemicals that were produced, out of the 4,200 natural chemicals that turned into 7,000 when you heated it, 142 of them are known carcinogens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So every time you smoke a cigarette, that is 142 chances that you're going to get cancer. And when that happens, I don't know if you've ever seen gangrene, but that's what your lungs are going to look like. And when you can't breathe and all you do is cough and you look like a fucking corpse, then everybody's going to look at you. No one's going to want to talk to you and nobody's going to want to have sex with you. So go ahead and smoke that fucking cigarette. If people were scared like that, then the
Right.
tobacco industry would be out of business. But you know what? They pay a whole lot of money in taxes so that people don't scare them. I don't give a fuck
Wow.
about the money, dude. Do not. I will scare the shit out of you on purpose using the truth. If you want to end up in the hospital dehydrated, feeling like you're going to die, fucking throwing up every single day for 3 weeks, absolutely nothing a hospital can do to stop it.
They
And
don't.
you
They
want to
don't
feel
Yeah.
know.
like you're having the worst panic attack you've ever had in your entire life, and you want to die, but again, death will flee from you. Well, then go ahead and use the excessive amount of THC. Go ahead and do it then. Be scared. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Build yourself up to it and find out where you're at. Don't take a dive off of a cliff not knowing how deep the water is because your ass will break. Dude, it will break. You think you have high
That's
tolerance?
my
You
man,
don't.
Jimmy,
Do not talk yourself into
the
that shit.
Archbishop.
Tell your friends you have a high tolerance. Tell the girls you got high tolerance. Make yourself look good. Keep lying to yourself. But do not just go out and do it, dude, because if you do, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself, and then I will weep for you
Yeah.
What do you think
because you
Snoop?
did not take
What do you
this
think Snoop
advice.
system's looking like?
Say what?
What do you think Snoop system's looking like
Probably great.
in retrospect to how his image is with high tolerance and heavy usage?
Well,
He just says the same shit that everybody else says.
Yeah.
But I bet you that he ain't eating a 500 milligram gummy.
I'm pretty sure of that too.
I'm pretty sure.
He'd be like, that's the dumbass shit right there. Yo. That's
He would
weird.
tell
That's
you that
weirdo
that's
shit.
dumbass shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what? I'm not
absolutely.
even saying that he hasn't tried it before himself because, like Joey said earlier, like
Yeah.
our culture is extreme.
yeah.
We want,
Yeah.
we want it right now. We want as much of it as possible,
Bombastic.
as cheap as possible.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked, and you can tell how much the culture has changed with online shopping, right?
Right.
Because I'm actually surprised that people actually have the patience to wait a few days to get their shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? But you know what the American culture has pushed Amazon to do? Next day delivery.
For
Next
that
day
day.
fucking delivery.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Because
mean,
they
yeah.
understand the
For that
American
day.
culture.
Yeah.
You want it hard, you want it fast, and you want it as cheap as possible, and you want it right now. You know
Well,
what I'm
in
saying?
comparison to taking a drive and not being there, or waiting online, or having to deal with people direct that you can't fucking stand because they're
Right.
dickheads, yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
People will wait 2-3 days, but
So
you're
so
right.
it wouldn't surprise me if extreme ass Snoop Dogg has had himself a 500 milligram. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It wouldn't
Yeah.
I would not
surprise
be
me at
surprised
all,
at all.
actually.
Yep. Not at all. Look at
Wow.
DMX.
Well,
Remember DMX?
yeah, well, yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah. I mean, listen. I remember. Go ahead. My bad, Joey. Go ahead. DMX. What were you saying?
DMX was the extent of that image, right? DMX, and it didn't last. And God bless him. He was the brother. There's a longer story to
Right.
that, but
Rest in peace for sure.
yeah, there was much longer story to that. But his image and his habits, his way of life, his lifestyle was epitomized and it was propagated and it was, for that image. And, it was easy to attain that. We've all seen a lot of that. And, I'm, not going to say, hopefully there's another image, in his place that, it's a little bit more tempered because, that was a tough image to put out there and have people emulate. Really tough image.
Yeah.
Really tough image.
Going back to the mixture part of it, right? So, I've had, some high THC and a good amount of CBD, that came already with the strain, but I had mixed two different strains together, just for the fuck of it. I think it was OG, Kush, something like that, and fucking Skittles. I freaking combined that. I don't know why. I think what it was, I only had a little bit left of one and was like, fuck it. It's not going to be enough to make a whole blunt with it. I'll just throw it in with the next blunt. And I smoked that shit. I'm not going to lie. I was like, okay, I'm fucked up right now. Like my head high was out of control, but my body high, like my whole body felt numb. Like I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? You know what I'm saying? I was hyped and paralyzed at the same fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, woo. So not to try to compare that with what you've been saying with the THCO and like, but I fucking feel like if there was any type of representation of what the fuck that could do, I felt it that day because I was like, I'm not mixing that shit ever again.
Psychosis.
Yeah, my body was going through psychosis. Like
if you don't know what psychosis is, peeps, look it up.
Yeah,
look it up and don't be that person.
Oof, yeah, it was a ride. It was definitely a fucking ride. And I don't suggest that with anybody. And I've been in states before where I'm I fucking smoked a lot under, in the course of, a couple hours or a few hours just chilling with the homies, and I got to take the bus back to my spot where I'm at in the city, and I'm at the bus stop and I'm fucking tripping. Like everything got me fucking nervous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling mind you, I talk to myself. I'm talking myself down like, yo, you just tripping off this fucking shit. Yeah. But I'm like, you know what I mean? I got that my breathing is fucking like I'm feeling nervous. Like I got I'm about to hyperventilate type shit. But I'm just like trying to remain calm and recognizing that it's just the bud, bro. You smoke some shit and it got you fucking paranoid right now.
You're lucky you're able to talk yourself down.
Oh yeah, I've heard fucking. These people go straight into the emergency room.
Oh, dude, they go to the emergency room, don't leave.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I smoked weed, and here it is, and they're fucking charting it up marijuana. I'm like, you fucking put asterisks around our shit, bro. Oh yeah, you were just tripping.
Talk to any paramedic, man. That they get call after call after call after call of exactly that scenario, that dynamic. Yep.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna be that guy. Like I said, I just knew. I was like, all right. Obviously I wasn't like that a minute, before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I just smoked some shit. I probably smoked too much too fast. I'm feeling a little paranoid. I'm gonna survive.
Get a beer.
It's like I'm like, yo, dude, I'm gonna go home. Yeah. Not only that, I don't want a beer, bro. But for me, not for me though. But for you, that shit will definitely fucking work, and for others as well. But me, I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna get on this bus. I'm gonna just chill out. And when I get home, 10 times out of 10, I'm going to fucking roll another one up and fucking chill out. Because I just, that's just me. Anyone that knows me knows. It's like one of those people that like, they get drunk, they have a fucking bad hangover, and they're like, yeah, I just need to get another beer, so that'll help me with the hangover. Same shit with me with the weed.
Hey.
It works. Yeah, that
works. Yeah. No, my thing is.
Yeah, I can't fuck with it.
Whenever I'm extreme on anything, man, I grab a beer. That's my equilibrium. It just brings me back to a balance. So it's just what I do.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
That's and I know people like you as well. I'm not gonna lie. I gotta salute you guys because I'm like, man, God bless you. It just for me, man, to fucking put alcohol in my shit. After that, I feel like my head will start spinning.
No,
that's because your body's a chemist.
Yeah.
There you go.
Your body's a chemist, right, Jimmy?
There you go.
It's taking a couple substances and putting them together and making one really killer substance.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I've been fucking nice and drunk. Like, I'm like, oh shit, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because if we go out socially, bro, you'll be like, damn, this guy's as a professional drinker. I'll be drinking, having a great time, getting drunk. I'm okay, that's great. If I go home and smoke a blunt though, because I'll be like, I want to smoke, I will be like, this is the worst fucking idea ever. Why did I fucking want to get high when I'm already fucking drunk?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like two of the same fucking game on at the same time, and I'm like, I can't fucking follow everything all the time. So I'm like, I just can't fucking deal with it. I just can't. Now there's times where I'm not as drunk and I'm like, okay, I smoke a blunt and I still feel a little weird, but I'm okay. But most of the time, bro, I just can't fucking do it. I don't know how the fuck my brothers and sisters out there doing that shit. Like, I like to drink and like to smoke some weed. I'm like, I can't fuck with you. I'm drinking water and I'm smoking weed. That's about it.
I wonder if those people to this very day are still doing that, though, with the type of stuff that's out there today.
More than likely, for sure. More than likely, bro.
It's a
because
fixation.
even though today's weed isn't our grandfather's weed, like, I mean, I'm being honest, bro. I was getting my hands on some fire ass regs, bro, that I was telling my sons. I was like, bro, just it was loud, bro. It was loud. It just has fucking seeds in it. And I'm talking about fucking full, beautiful seeds. Tiger prints, you know what I'm saying? The tiger stripes on the back of that fucking seed, like a mature fucking shit. Some Arizona grown fucking buds. Fucking, you didn't have to crack the bag open. That bitch was stanking crazy good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I've smoked that shit and take like 3-4 hits, and I'm like, fuck, I'm too high.
Good. Yeah.
That's how fucking they can't fathom it. They thinking that this is the only time that weed's been that strong. I'm like, no, bro, you had some really good with reg weed, bro. It just wasn't fucking dirt. And I said, I'll be honest with you, don't think for a sec you can't get fucking dirt feminized bud either.
No, exactly.
Like, just because it's feminized don't mean it's all fire. Yeah.
Yep.
I fucking smoked some trash ass feminized shit. I'm like, bro, this shit is fucking regs, but without the seeds. And it's, same price, exactly. I'm like, fuck out of here, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. So they just don't understand that concept because they think reg is just dirt. And I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, motherfucker, that shit ain't always fucking some scallywag shit. That's some fucking primo fucking shit. And I said, and you know what would make it even better? And they're like, what? I said, the fact that I was pushing out mature seeds out of it, and I'm keeping that shit. Not like these fucking black or white little fucking abortion looking seeds that you guys are getting with a hermaphrodite or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
abortion. Like, oh my God.
These little miniature fucking seeds that you're like, what the fuck? Like, if I get a bag of regs today, like if they say, hey man, I got regs, okay. Honestly, the first thing I want to see are what the seeds looking like when they push out the buds. Like that, honestly, because that tells me a lot. It'll show me, oh, this shit's fucking premature, bro. I can just tell just by the seeds that are pushing out. This shit is fucking black. These are gothic fucking. You got gothic seeds, motherfucker.
Goth seeds.
Yeah. Like, why are your seeds like this
my
shit?
Seeds are depressed.
Yeah, for
my
real,
seeds
bro.
want to die.
This is bad. And so does the bud. And so will I after I smoke this shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what
I'm
saying?
Fuck that, man. I wanted to see fucking green buds, and I need full size seeds with the fucking tiger stripes on the back. Now we got a sale.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So anywho, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is.
You are tuned in to 420.
Appreciate everybody was tuned in. Make sure you go to votehealthus.com. Get your clean, certified, lab tested,
That's right.
no molested, no stressed, all that shit. Sign up, get 25% off. Supported by yours truly, the trio here at 420 The Buzz. Salute to the Archbishop. Shout out to Joey Lopez. Appreciate all the birthday wishes from all the fans.
Happy birthday, bro.
Hey, make sure you go to SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, Instagram, GQ the Embassy, and Check the Rhyme Radio. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and at Facebook at 420 The Buzz. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate y'all. And until next time.
Till next time.
You are tuned in. to 420 the Buzz.
A mí me gusta la mota, saca la bolsa. We're bringing up the butt and we smoking on some bomb ass weed. We smoking on some bomb ass weed.